and obviously Rangers away in Leon. They'll be looking for that type of performance tonight. Sit and soak it up and hopefully score on the counter-attack.
Well, on the bench for Hearts is last season's top scorer, Andres Velička. Chris Killen, perhaps a little fortunate to find himself on the bench, can come on if required for Celtic. Well, Scott Brown played in a quarter-final against Hearts last season. He was successful in that particular match, and a former teammate of him, Michael Stewart, went with him all the way to the final. Our referee this evening has taken charge of this competition's final twice. It's his birthday tomorrow, so it'll be nice to him. It's Kenny Clark. So last season was the first season in 10 years that both teams had scored in all 4 SPL meetings. Only one team got all the goals here back in August. Hearts have to try and redress that balance. Kisanevicius, an early touch. Venezuela's going forward. Scott Brown involved in the action, and out of play it goes. So Tal gets ready. So Tal steadies himself. Then the long throw. Decent header out. Donati flicks it away. Alves with the long throw. Hearts looking to pick up the second ball. Kisanevicius does precisely that. That's good play. Working his way through, tries to go for the byline. Little barge in the back, but nothing in it. The referee deciding that's just a goal kick.
Yeah, it's good positive play from Kisanevicius. He gets the ball, just bumps Brown out the way, drives into the box, gets a little bump. It's never a penalty, but good positive play and a good positive start from Hearts.
Wow, just a little nudge there from Gary Caldwell. Kisanevicius goes down. Celtic's turn to come forward. Venegura Heslick back. He's been out for 5 matches. His touch just lacking a little there. Kisanevicius takes the touch, got away from Caldwell. Kenny Clark right there. And Gary Caldwell. Well, it'll just be a few words spoken from Kenny Clark.
Any other time in the game, that's a booking, that's a bad tackle. You know, Kisanevicius started really well. Takes a lovely touch. You see it there, he takes him right out, Paul. He's lucky not to get in the book.
Well, it's been a lively start for Kisanevicius and Caldwell. They will joust throughout this evening. Callum Elliott, that target man, 2 goals in the last round against Dunfermline. Hearts were taken to extra time. This can make no advantage from the free kick. Stevie Frail, well, he'll have to be a little bit calmer than he was at Rugby Park. He knows that himself. Sent to the stand for the first time at the weekend. Hartley just looked a little slow, caught down by Michael Stewart. He's crossed the capital and back in maroon once more. Kisanevicius gets the ball back. Venegura Heslick and Brown battling for it. Touch for Palazuelos. On to Tal. The driver just got caught there by Donati. Early moments, Billy, but I think Hearts will be fairly happy with the way that they've started.
The head have settled into it right away. Their driver playing on the right hand side, usually left footed, little turn there, rides the tackle but gets brought down. But again, it's good positive play from the wide midfielders from Hearts.
Basso booms the ball forwards. Caldwell down. On to Hartley. Stewart just digging in there against Hartley, letting him know he's there. Now Brown, that shot, and the driver picks up. Elliott wants the ball. The driver delivers wide. McManus out. Trying to take the touch to go past him. Will break back for Hearts. Low ball into the box. And John Kennedy doing what good defenders do, taking no chances.
Yeah, he had to get to his front post there and clear it. Done well. Driver turning onto his favoured left foot. Low cross in swinging, and Kennedy deals with it in the near post.
Driver tries to work the 1-2. Robbie Nielsen. It's just interchanging passes, just overhit that time by Michael Stewart. No chance for Andy Driver in his League Cup debut this season. Berra battling for the ball. And Alves looking to roll the ball back to Basso. experience for Anthony Basso, the Hearts goalkeeper. Little ball flicked over the top. Naylor, that's uncomfortable. Arthur Boric, well, he could have done anything with that. How high has that gone? Elliott comes in. Hartley can't find it either. Eventually he does. Michael Stewart tries to get the better of McGeady. Good play by McGeady, who's being held back now by Stewart. And again impeded. He still goes. Brilliant from Aidan McGeady. Still going in. Maybe a fine solo goal. He was being held so far back at times by Michael Stewart, but great strength from Aidan McGeady.
You know, he picks it up fully 70 yards from the Hearts goal. He's strong, he's direct, he's positive. Stewart trying to stay with him, eventually evades him, cuts in onto his right foot. He just can't hit the target, but it is great play by Aidan McGeady.
Well, Arthur Boric, to be fair, it wasn't the easiest ball back, but wow, he fairly hit that with a wedge.
Well, it's kind of laid back in his poor foot from Naylor, and it's a bad volley from Boric, but they dealt with it.
Hearts coming forward again. Driver, Kasanevicius goes through. Well, that was decent defending, and I think the referee's going to book him for diving. He seemed to go down very, very easily, and the yellow card comes out. Kenny Clark was close. I thought the defender had done his job, Billy. I didn't see the point in the Hearts player going to the deck.
Yeah, you see he picks up here and rolls it in, tries to take him on. I wouldn't say it was a dive, and I don't think the first one was a dive. Kenny Clark was pointing to that as well. I think it's a little bit unlucky. It's not a penalty, but I wouldn't say it's a dive. A little bit, yeah, he's throwing himself when you see it there.
It is theatrical, that's the problem. I agree with you. The first one, I didn't think there was much in it, but that one certainly, when the motion's coming to you from the side and you're throwing yourself back, it's a problem.
Used to do it myself.
I was too polite to say. Battling in the midfield again. Zaliukas gets the decision his way. Nielsen up onto Elliott, Driver, Naylor. He's almost omnipresent there, Lee Naylor. Driven away, Michael Stewart picks up. Elliott available again. On to Nielsen. Hearts have started exceptionally brightly. Stewart once more. Zaliukas took his eye off it. Kasanevicius. That's a delightful little ball. Palazuelos got in. Palazuelos got to the ball first. John Kennedy second. It's a free kick, and I can't remember being at a game at Celtic Park where Celtic have been out-dominated in the opening 7 minutes.
Well, the thing is that Hearts have got an extra man in the middle of the park, and Kasanevicius and Driver are both joining in. They're both joining in the attacks to join up Elliott. They do though there, they pass into Palazuelos, and he's brought down, but again, it's good positive play, and they're finding their targets with their passes.
Arthur Boric will try and line his wall up carefully. Michael Stewart just wanders over. And the Driver naturally left-footed. He would swing the ball away. Michael Stewart might fancy his chances. So Driver and Stewart. Celtic with 5 in the wall. McDonald's the man who split. Michael Stewart goes for goal. Arthur Boric with a little skip across his goal. Realised very quickly it wasn't going on target.
Wasn't one of his best efforts, but you know, he tried to reverse it in the near corner. He gets it up, he gets it over, he just can't get it down.
So Hearts with early possession, Hearts with early play. Just a dozen wins against Celtic since the 93-94 season. They've not enjoyed a great deal of success.
They're just winning that midfield battle just now. What Celtic have to do, they're only marking one striker. Let the two centre halves deal with it and get the two full backs forward and into midfield to make it 6v5 for Celtic.
Naylor up to McGeady, whose good run has been the only highlight for Celtic so far. McManus on to Kennedy. Here comes Gary Caldwell. Caldwell back across. Donati, centre of midfield this evening. Good battling there by Donati. Ball comes across. Your side onto Gary Caldwell. Onto Brown. Hartley once more. This is better from Celtic, although Donati steps on the ball. Here comes Michael Stewart. Driver's made a good run, but Naylor is there. Lee Naylor, easier this time for Arthur Boric to deal with. And drives it out. Will be Nielsen will let it go.
It's a great job the two wide players for Hearts are doing, because Navatus and Driver joining in offensively but also defensively. As soon as they lose the ball, they're back in their shape, hard to beat.
Hartley almost left that. Kennedy got into problems. Palazuelos, Ruben Palazuelos holds up, looks up, sees Gonçalves into the box. Elliott can't get there. Kennedy was in. Here comes the Hearts captain, Christophe Berra. Berra goes for the top corner. Well, Christophe Berra has scored in this fixture already this season. The wrong way though.
Picking up a lot of second ball, even the centre halves now, being positive, driving out, he picks it up, drives 10, 15 yards, explodes a shot, but he just can't keep it down.
Well, Berra trying to lead his men. It's been a tough time for Hearts of late. Good solid header from Zaliukas. Stewart again tries to play it out wide for Elliott. Hearts looking for an awful lot of joy down that right hand side, almost like they're trying to catch McGiddy going forward and trying to find the space in behind.
That's it, they're getting the two wide midfielders off of them, and you know, Elliott's doing a good job linking up and trying to roll balls in behind the fullbacks, just over hitting that occasion. But we're talking 10 minutes in the game, it's all Hearts so far.
It's not the strip that Celtic were expecting. First meeting between these sides here at Celtic Park in this competition in 32 years. The last half a dozen meetings have either been in the quarter-final or the semi-final. Two semis at hand in the last four quarter-finals, all along the other end of the M8. McGiddy. Donati onto Hartley. Tal just make sure Vinnie Esslink isn't going anywhere. Robbie Nielsen having to defend. Nielsen drives it away. Good play from Driver. There's his left foot, so he looks comfortable just cutting inside there. Again, nice possession from Hearts. Gonçalves. Right below us. Kuzmavicius. He's been lively so far, just runs it out of play. We do have the first goal of the evening from the CIS Insurance quarter-finals at Scunthorpe Aberdeen, and for Paddy Nicholson. Nicholson from the spot. Aberdeen 1 in West County Thistle 0. Just comes off the head of Zaliukas. Marks with a bright start. No joy at Easter Road in last season's quarter-final. Beaten by the goal from Rob Jones. Scott Brown involved. Kenny Caldwell away from Palazuelos. Kennedy long. Here for McDonald. Gonçalves back very strong again. There's been a few mismatches there, the ball being sent long, but it's finding McDonald and not Venagura Hesselink.
Yeah, but it's a solid back four from Hearts as well. They have to try and hit Venagura Hesselink, you're right, Paul. But you know, the solid back four, I've seen this back four playing against Motherwell earlier on the season, and Motherwell had all the game and they soaked up the pressure and they scored 2 goals on the break and they won 2-0, and that's the sort of performance they'll be looking for tonight.
Stroking the ball in the midfield, working their way into the match. Naylor on to McGiddy, up against Nielsen. Oh, McGiddy absolutely skins him. It's great plays from the Irishman, sent across and knocked away by Zaliukas. Well, Billy Dodds picked out Aidan McGiddy as the man to watch. How true it has proved to be.
Yeah, he's the one who's going to give them an outlet. He picks it up again, left hand side, still plenty to do. Goes past his man, drive, determination, positive again, just can't pick out the right cross.
So Paul Hartley with the corner, the usual ruck of bodies in the middle. Hartley lifts it deep. Just came off the back of Tal. Brown sends it back. Another decent ball in. Hearts have to try and defend. Callum Elliott back that time. Hartley, now McGiddy. Naylor outside him. He'll yield to the fullback. Crossover, Venagura Hesselink was right in behind Tal. Ball breaks, Gary Caldwell awkward on the chest. Rather lunged, but Hearts have possession. That's just overhit. Callum Elliott will certainly not get there. 1 or 2 opportunities, but Hearts bodies, Hearts place, just getting there in time.
Yeah, as I said, they've got that solid back four. Anything in the box, they're handling it, you know, getting a head on it, getting it clear. And as I said, they've got plenty of possession and they've created a few problems for Celtic so far, but you can see gradually Celtic starting to get those full backs forward, giving them a little bit more numerical advantage in midfield, and it's helping them in the last couple of moments.
a goal at Tannadice. Noel Hunt has opened the scoring. Dundee United 1, Hamilton 0. Hamilton who upset Kilmarnock in the last round, up against it now at Tannadice. A match that completes the quartet, Motherwell against Rangers. No scoring so far, no goals here. Donati looks up, plays it on to McDonald. Aidan McGinney to scavenge inside to see what he can find. Well, it's a good pass to McDonald, he just stood, allowed it just to go past him. Now Hearts, Nielsen onto Stewart, quickly onto Elliott. Hearts are moving the ball well. Elliott took on Hartley. And is solidly back. Here comes Gonçalves. Roll for a call on Kazanavicius. Palazuelos trying to run through the middle. Picked up well by Scott Brown. On to Hartley. Wants enemies across the Edinburgh divide. And teammates here at Celtic as Naylor just simply slips on that far side. And Hearts have possession.
This is the sort of game that will suit Hearts. You know, I saw them at Inverness earlier on in the season as well, after a good result against Rangers, and you know, not having a goal, but Kazanavicius didn't look as if he was up for it. Velička, and this is the type of game, big crowd behind them, that can really get them going, and you can see they're up for it tonight. They look as if they're enjoying it. It's a good surface and they're enjoying their football tonight.
Celtic through Paul Hartley, who's scored in a quarter-final of this competition for Hearts. A goal against Dunfermline from the penalty spot. That's Kennedy, strokes it forward. Salvez on the header well. Zaliukas, that's a great pass on to Driver. He's found space, trying to get away from Donati. Just coming in to help was Lee Naylor. And Gary Caldwell back to his goalkeeper. He's worth chasing down at every opportunity. Benegura Hessling held it up well. Palazuelos on to Gonçalves. Driver can't get there. Hearts certainly were the better of the start. I'm just wondering if Celtic have looked at Hearts' last couple of results, Billy, coupled with the fact they beat them 5-0. They've not just quite started at the pace Gordon Strachan would have liked.
Yeah, he would have liked that, but I think we've got to give a little bit of credit to Hearts the way they've started, Paul. Shaped up, they've been hard to beat tonight. Solid, getting in about. Celtic not giving them any time in the ball. But Celtic trying to up it, but it's going to be hard. They have to up the tempo a little bit, and as I say, get the full-backs involved in midfield.
Gonçalves steps back as Celtic take the throw. On to Hartley. Now Donati. Naylor. Little flick ball out wide. Again, McGeady's there. Well tackled by Nielsen. He wanted the free kick play on, says Kenny Clark. Now it's Driver. Moving down the right. Into Elliott. Tries to work the 1-2. Just got behind Naylor that time, but Naylor again recovered well. Sent it out of play. Just your typical hard-working left full-back Lee Naylor.
McGeady's a little bit unlucky. I thought it was. I felt he just caught him. You see by his reaction, he wasn't happy.
Hearts slipped the ball into the box. Opportunity for Callum Elliott. He rather snatched at it and dragged it wide. The ball's not going to go out of play either. The Hearts again just threading the ball through. Better play from Celtic. Although the referee has just spotted just to the left. Kazanavicius and Brown, I think, continued. Brown certainly not happy with the challenge from the Lithuanian internationalist. And Scott Brown, well, he reacted and then stayed calm, which was good. This was the problem.
Yeah, I think Kazanavicius caught him late and he wasn't happy, and you know, Scott Brown, he's not going to accept that. Has a little square up, but nothing doing.
Benegura Hessling to McGeady. Donati, nice touch from the Italian, but Tal was right behind him. Driver and Nielsen look at a useful combination on that right hand side for Hearts. Problems there. Run by Donati that time. Driver looked a little clumsy and going in to make the challenge. And Celtic will have the set play.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give away easy free kicks here. Catches him late, and you know, it's the first chance for Celtic to test this Hearts rearguard.
Anthony Basso, 32-year-old Frenchman between the sticks. Plenty of targets for Celtic. McManus, Benegura Hessling. Curl ball and yell of away from Robbie Nielsen. Michael Stewart onto Driver. He's playing a little bit of football right at the back. And Michael Stewart Just using Paul Hartley as a bit of a bounce board, and out of play it goes. Well, Hearts, who are 6 points worse off on the same stage in the SPL last season. Got a little chance from Callum Elliott. It was swiftly moved, and Michael Stewart, the man to supply the pass.
It was good play. They don't react to the throw on Celtic. Again, Stewart finds himself in the clear, rolls a lovely little ball down the side. Elliott's peeled off his centre half. Nobody else gambling. He screws it across goal, doesn't catch it right. One of the other Hearts strikers gamble. You know it's a tap in for him.
Celtic not having it their own way against the Hearts side, who look lively. I think Davey said at the top of the programme, they're never sure what Hearts team is going to turn up. So they've got a good one tonight. Zaliukas to bring it forward. Donati. All the way back onto McManus, ever present, the Celtic captain. Hartley takes the touch. Elliott is right behind him. Hartley right footed, looks for Venegura Hesselink. It's in behind Tal. It's knocked away by Nielsen. It just looks like he's struggling a little bit, Venegura Hesselink. He likes to play plenty of games, just the touch not quite there.
That's what happens, you know. You're out of action for a little while, you lose that sharpness. You can see him there, he peels off, but he stumbles in the way to the ball. Just match sharpness, that's all that's required.
Get it in, McManus. Out to Donati. The ball flicked through. Salves has to be there. There's another choice. Field it goes on to Stewart. Fair play from Michael Stewart. There's been good play from Barry Nicholson at Pittodrie. Aberdeen look like they're booking their semi-final place. They lead Inverness Cali Thistle by 2-0. Hartley away from Stewart, and again from Driver. And Naylor plays it forward onto McGeady. Nice little spin. Donati. Hearts with 10 men behind the ball. Caldwell onto McDonald. Not been involved too much, but that's great play from McDonald. Little shimmy inside. That's going on the left foot, right down the gullet of the goalkeeper. But it was a good effort from McDonald.
Yeah, it certainly was. Caldwell finding himself high up the pitch. That's what Celtic are wanting. Full backs forward, rolls it into McDonald's feet, spins, gets a good shot with his left foot straight down the goalkeeper's throat though.
McManus turns it away. Hearts again with Driver, moving Hearts forward. That was a great challenge from McGeady. It's another part strong in his game now. Gary Caldwell with some space, flicked it infield, poor ball. Gonzalez brought it down well. Gonzalez infield onto Zaliukas. And Michael Stewart. Hearts are out. Maria Kingston, certainly classed as first choice. Guru Aguiar has had a third operation. He's not available to Hearts either. Celtic in the midfield through McGeady. Flowing, that's a great pass out on to Scott Brown. Brown up against Gonzalez. Wanted to go one way, put the ball the other. And Gonzalez, safety first, stops it away. Actually turned it to a decent ball. Gonzalez pushed off the ball. That's a free kick. And sometimes those lumps out of defence can work for you.
Yeah, it was just really good defending. He stood up. He watched Scott Brown, he tried to do a trick Scott Brown, he stumbles over the ball, Gonzalez takes it, plays a lovely ball up the line, via clearance right enough, but it goes straight to Kusnevichus and he draws the foul.
It was a trick with no treat, and that's the only Halloween reference we're going to have.
Yes, please, no more.
Michael Stewart drives the ball in. There's only one of 3 Celtic defenders could have got to that first. So they're fortunate to win it back through Driver. And Salves forward. Little flick on. Berat, well, it worked against Driver. He's going for goal again. Takes a deflection. Oh, Hart's getting a touch of fortune there.
Yeah, he's still up for the set piece. He can't get back. They pick up midfield and they play it back into him. He gets a knockdown and he takes a touch and he strikes it. Just takes a deflection. Takes a pace off it. Straight to Borwick.
Comes McGeady driving again once more, drifting out to this right hand side. Caldwell in support. Amos in front of him. Down the line it goes and out of play. No success so far for Celtic, but there has been success for their rivals across the city. The Rangers have taken the lead against Motherwell. Novo on the score sheet. Motherwell 0, Rangers 1. We are the last of the matches to get a goal. We await the first with interest. Gonzalez steals a couple of yards. Hartley sends it in, looking for McDonald. And Michael Stewart just cleans up. Williamson. I think he trusted his goalkeeper there. Long ball past Callum Elliott. When your goalkeeper makes a mistake, as he did at the weekend, it does make the defence a little bit nervy.
Yeah, they'll just take no chances. There was a pass back on, he just takes it to his right foot and boots it clear. As I say, no chances taken.
Good header from Vinegar to Heslick. Berra was there! Well, he scored once at Celtic Park this season. Believe me, he did not want to make it a double.
Yeah, it's a diagonal there. It finds Vinegar of Heslick. He's always going to win his header. McDonald trying to get on it. Berra takes the safe option, or so he thinks. Tries to knock it back to his goalkeeper. He's lucky his goalkeeper wasn't coming to claim the cross.
Lucky his goalkeeper's 6'3" as well.
Does help.
And Alves forward. Caldwell push it forward onto Vinegar to Heslick. Here comes Donati. Celtic in full flow. There is some space for the Italian. Keeping the ball on the right hand side. Made it easy for Tal, but Tal waited for it. Here comes McGeady. Field onto Naylor. Donati again with space. Stewart comes out to close him down. Donati with a shuffle. Across it goes. Waiting for it was McDonald. That's great defending from Michael Stewart. Playing so well this evening. Driver away. Naylor comes off him. Palazuelos and Stewart played well in the midfield.
Yeah, he did, and Palazuelos found himself at front post along with Stewart. Get the ball clear, because again they did well down the left. Celtic. Donati thrown over a great cross, and there's a lot of pace on it, and they have to deal with it, and they do so with aplomb.
In terms of history, only one of the 4 quarter-finals in this competition between these sides have been settled in 90 minutes. So you might want to get a few extra snacks and could be in for the long haul. Palazuelos onto Stewart, nice spin, tried to get away from Brown as well. The hand on the back, the free kick awarded. Kenny Clark right there. Up with play as ever, Kenny Clark.
Yeah, it's a clear foul. I think he's really enjoying the game tonight. Michael Stewart doing his defensive job, but also we've witnessed in the first 26 minutes, you know, he's slipped a couple of nice passes through as well, and he's found himself on the ball a lot.
So Michael Stewart again delivers. Tal was available. Good header, breaks down in the box. Tal once more fires it forward. Elliott was looking for it. And again, Celtic have to get the rear guard back. Vinegar to Hesselink to knock it away.
Well, it's Tal at the back post. He's causing trouble. Comes back to him, he wins the ball, knocks it over McGeady's head. I think defender there panicking, tries a left foot shot. Celtic eventually get it clear.
Robbie Nelson with the long throw, and he go to Hesselink. As Navicius turns, the right-footed shot on his favoured side. As well, Tesser Boric, who took up good position.
Yeah, it was, but they're winning a lot of second balls, Hats. Everything is dropping out. Some maroon jerseys there, picking up the edge of the box. They've not really troubled Boric so far, but they're certainly picking up a few balls and getting a few weak shots in.
Celtic unbeaten in all 7 home matches this season. Last time to defeat them was Hearts 3-1 back in April. As Caldwell sends it up high, Berra wants to know where his goalkeeper is. And you can tell they've not played together a lot.
He was in two minds again, wasn't he? He was thinking, I'm just going to header this clear. Suddenly he hears a shout, decides to chest it, but he's always protecting it just in case Basser's not there.
Good play again from Berra. Here come Hearts, Driver and Elliott combined. Turned away by McManus. Robbie Nielsen. That's the throw. Shout for Callum Elliott into Stewart. Stewart with a turn. Palazuelos available up at the edge of the box. Turn. Back once more to Michael Stewart. Because Navicius was out wide, but Brown picks the pocket of Stewart and now starts his own run. Head down. Stewart on collision course. Won the ball. Brown was strong. And the referee said the challenge came in from behind, and that's why he's given the free kick.
Yeah, it was a free kick. It's a good battle between those two. You know, Stewart turning, getting dispossessed by Brown. Brown driving. Stewart chasing after him. He's not got to let him go easily. Gets a little bit of the ball, but he can't tackle from behind.
Sadly not. I mean, it was a great tackle in terms of when that was allowed. That was a great skill. Celtic play it forward. McDonald looking for it. Tal away to Gonçalves. Gonçalves, well, the yells are coming away. Portuguese eventually does that. Lavicius wanted too long. McDonald battling in there. More football on the BBC for you this evening. 10 o'clock on BBC Two Scotland. The Sports Scene SPL highlights. And you can see all the matches, highlights of them online all week and refreshed on a Sunday from 6 o'clock. Zaliukas driving forward. He picks up now McGeady. There's that for Celtic Park to have a go at. He loves this kind of run. Aidan McGeady, McDonald outside him, slips the ball. This could be 1-0. Well, Scott McDonald, who's been rattling in the goals at Celtic Park, 3 at the weekend off target.
He's the main man, McGeady. Donati cuts out a slack pass, finds him in between the Hearts markers in midfield. Again, he's positive, and what a great run by Scott McDonald. Peels out left of him. Lovely weighted pass by McGeady. He just lifts it too high. If he keeps it down, Basso's going down early, probably scores.
Aidan McGeady creating the chance on the half hour. Headed by Kennedy. Palazuelos skips past one. Kennedy stepped forward. The ball came off the Hearts player. It will be a Celtic throw. Came short. The Hearts quite happy to say to Celtic, you want to play across your back four? Yeah, I guess. That's for sure. McDonald. Tal easily back to his goalkeeper. Thump from Basso. Naylor up, wins the header, ahead of Driver. Lively so far, Andrew Driver, 19 years old, through the Hearts system, but sadly from a national point of view he is English, born in Oldham. Zaliukas won the header. Elliott saw the ball turned away by McManus. Paul Hartley. To Corwell against Celtic, forced to go back. Kennedy with the right foot. Gonçalves hit it infield. Zaliukas took his eye off it. Benigura Hesselink could give this to Donati, has done. On the left foot, plays it into Brown. Brown with a touch, his left foot. The Hearts got some own problems there.
Yeah, they did. But you know, they were a solid line defensively. I think it was Gonçalves heading it down, and the two central Celtic midfielders, Hartley and Donati, backed off. Zaliukas gets there first, the way it's been happening all half, takes his eye off it and nick it, and eventually Brown gets a shot. It's a big let off for Hearts, but it would have been their own doing if they lose the goal.
Anthony Basso, his European experience with Viking of Norway, going to propel Hearts further forward in this competition. Two players ending in a heap, very ungainly. Although just slightly better than Willie Thorne and Strictly Come Dancing, I thought.
We kiss and make up.
Gonçalves. Throw ball flicked in field. Referee says that's a free kick. 12 minutes to go. In this first half, Celtic have just lost 2 goals in 7 home matches. Pavlyuchenko from Spartak Moscow and Kaká from the penalty spot from AC Milan. So a couple of decent players have scored against them. We're going to find a way past Artur Boric tonight. Lee Naylor, just watching him, you see at the edge of your picture, just seems to be limping. Well, it's been the curse of the right back at Celtic. They could do without the curse of the left back as well. Here comes McGeady. Tries to slide away, that was good, tracking back, and then brilliant play from Aidan McGeady. Sublime, onto Brown. Brown just holding on, McGeady behind him. Caldwell with a cross. Problems here for Hearts. Vinegar Hessling. Well, he was being sandwiched, but he was doing the fouling. It was the filling biting back that time.
Just good positioning by the Hearts back line again, but McGeady's been the main man again. We were speaking about him before the game, and he's the one Celtic player tonight who's on top of his game. He really is driving, he's being positive, he's throwing in a few tricks, and Celtic need a few more like him so far. Good cross by Caldwell.
Just a wonderful piece of play from Aidan McGeady. From our angle, looked all the world like he'd lost that ball. Great skill. Lee Naylor has been hobbling slightly. We'll keep an eye on him. Obvious replacement would be young Jim O'Brien. And he's certainly doing some warming up. See him just behind the goal of Artur Boric. Gonzalez for Hearts, enjoying good possession and chances in this first half. You have to convert that into the currency of a goal. Zaliukas down, Michael Stewart stretches. Good play from Celtic. Moving forward. McManus has decided to go forward as well. Again, McGeady motoring through the middle, up against Zaliukas. McGeady onto Brown, just drifting back. Caldwell slams on the brakes. Now to Brown. He's looking for McDonald. Good play from McDonald. Took away from Berra. Now Caldwell. Tal gets it away onto Driver. Now the front clear. Good play again from Celtic.
Yes, it's all starts from McGeady again. He's the one. It's as if when Nakamura's not playing, he knows the onus is on him to make things happen for Celtic. He's certainly doing that tonight. But again, Caldwell finding himself high up the pitch, right hand side, whips over a decent cross. But again, Hearts back four, they deal with it.
Donati again. AC Milan paid £10 million for him. Celtic got a bargain, looking for him to produce. Celtic gift the ball away. Kazanavicius on to Elliott, looks up, doesn't see another maroon jersey. He's going to go himself, twisting and turning. Well, hit the shot off McManus. Picks up again. Palazuelos onto the left foot. It's a decent ball. Wilson had decided to stare and not attack it. Naylor can flick it on to McGeady. McGeady trying to go past Zaliukas. He has him for pace and for timing. And Zaliukas will go in the book, I'm fairly sure of that. Well, the referee is waving away the protests. Well, he's a little fortunate there. Not advocating for players to be booked, but I thought he was fortunate.
Yeah, he goes to ground too early. Just catches him slightly. McGeady, I think he'd come to the end of his run. He looked a little bit tired. He's been brilliant tonight so far, and he picks up the free kick.
Naylor. Long one looking for Vinegar Hessling. Good initial control, good strength too from the Dutchman. Better right behind him. Donati looked like he'd overrun it. And they did get the opportunity at the drag back. Well, quite frankly, it was a bit of a drag. So Basso not overly troubled so far. Driven forward once more, referee will say that was a free kick. Offside flag goes up down below us. Vinegar Hessling just had gone a little bit too far. Well, Gordon Strachan not looking too happy so far the way his side have played. And as he said in his press conference before the match, he expects Celtic to win. The pressure is on them to win everything. He's not a happy chappy so far.
I think he's a little bit frustrated. They're not played with a great tempo. Shane McGeady's only one, but they seem to sit off the game, and their passing's not been the best. And there you go, they go route one, and Pesselink's offside, so just looking for a little bit more from his players.
Better years for the ball, can only send it as far as Hartley. Balazuelos comes in. Elliott well beaten to it by Kennedy. As Navicius and Brown resume their hostilities. Brown wins it well, sends it for McDonald. Gonçalves is the shield, and it's the sword of Christophe Berra who gets rid of the ball. Now Hartley. Infield onto Naylor. Celtic looking for an opening. Very good. Hesselink almost gets that down onto Donati. Robbie Nielsen, that's most experienced player in terms of League Cup appearances. Took the ball. Stewart trying to find driver. McGeady. Well applauded round Celtic Park. He's been the sparkler so far. Donati onto Brown. Drifting more and more infield, Scott Brown. Taken by Nielsen, on to Stewart. Balazuelos. Control once more. It's lost 5-0 here in August. The last time they lost 5-0 Celtic Park was in October 2003 in the next visit at Celtic Park. They did take a point and they drew 2 apiece in April 2004. They'll certainly be happy with the way that they're playing so far. There's McGeady. McGeady and Brown have swapped sides as Hartley comes forward. Aidan McGeady's been getting an awful lot of joy on the left-hand side. Billy, are you surprised that they've swapped, or is it just a natural tactic?
Just trying to ask a few more questions of the Hearts rearguard. You know, they've had a lot of go at Robbie Nielsen. Now it's Gonçalves' turn, and he's looked dangerous, and they're obviously asking to see what Gonçalves has got, especially on the deck.
With just enough of a nudge to convince referee Kenny Clark that was a free kick. Christophe Berra had no hurry to act as ball boy.
Yeah, you know, Scott McDonald backs in, takes it well. You just can't do that as a centre-half. Sometimes you just have to take a yard.
Well, Hearts wall is back 5 yards as the players line up across the 18-yard box. It's almost the furthest I've ever seen a wall being pulled back. Paul Hartley over the ball. Threat here on Hearts. Hartley, infield to Brown, one touch, goes for the drive! Anthony Vassell made sure that was going over the bar. Good hit from Scott Brown.
Well, what free kick from Celtic. They're waiting for the Hartley delivery. Just rolls it square to Brown, takes a great touch. It's a great strike. Maybe takes a little deflection, tests the goalkeeper, but certainly a wonderful save.
Celtic work it quickly. McGeady with the cross. Hearts get away up at the edge of the box. The shot from McManus. Well, it's not his speciality, to be fair to him.
To be fair, Celtic's deliveries have been good tonight when they've got it in wide areas. Good crossing, but Hearts defended really well. And that's the man you don't want to drop to your left-footed centre-half on his right foot. There you see McGeady's delivery, that's brilliant. Dropped him at McManus, right foot, no chance from there for him.
Not a natural goal scorer, Stephen McManus, although has got a couple of goals this season. Donati wins the throw from Gonçalves, down to Stewart, Kuznovicius. Only player so far booked, Kennedy though. No, just a little heavy on Callum Elliott, and it's Hearts' turn to get the set play. Well, Celtic have showed that something pre-work can make an impact.
Yeah, Elliott takes a touch, just knocks a lovely little nutmeg. Kennedy takes him. It was a good chance for Hearts going into half-time to test the Celtic defence, put it into a good area.
Well, Hearts scored 3 goals at Celtic Park in April, the first time in 2007 Celtic had lost more than a single goal in a game. Hearts looking for the breakthrough. Stewart goes for the top corner, and Arthur Boric knew exactly where he was.
I think he tried to whip it into an area a little bit lower so that it's just missing the player's head, but he gets it too high, and Boric, not beat class goalkeeper like that from there, had it covered all the way.
So Stevie Frail much happier than he was at the weekend. Hearts went behind, they failed to respond. Brown forward, Vinegar Hesselink. McDonald tries to lay it back. 1 minute. No additional time is planned. Brown on to Donati. And McGiddy, driver, just wanted to make sure he's got help in behind him. Driver just checks the run. Hartley will go on ball, but the offside flag is up.
Caldwell's just gone a little bit early there, but I still like to see that, you know, when the other team play with just one striker. You still get 2v1. Must commit your fullbacks forward. I don't know what the boys in the studio, Pat and John, will say about that, but you must try and get more players into midfield if they're only playing with one striker.
Well, Hearts have led at half-time 1-0 in both their matches in the CIS this season. I don't think they'll be too unhappy at the scoreline. Tal off to Nielsen. Nielsen swings the ball right to left. Kisanavicius. Kisanavicius just knocks the ball off Brown. Sliding in was better. Gonzalez. Brown snarling away at him. The referee might decide that is it. The half-time whistle goes. Scott Brown forcing a fine save from Anthony Basso in the closing stages of the half. It was neatly worked by Celtic. Hartley played it across. Scott Brown took the touch, tipping viciously. Anthony Basso was there when he had to be, but it has been a good first half for Hearts. They've played well. Half time here at Celtic Park. Celtic 0, Hearts 0.
And a pretty decent opening 45 minutes that Hearts started well, although Celtic have certainly dominated.
Just what they need. They'll be happy with that. Looks like they'll go on into the semi-finals.
It looks that way for Aberdeen. Only one goal in it in the other two though. Dundee United 1-0 up in Hamilton Accies. Motherwell 1-0 down to Rangers Nacho Novo. Let's get back out here to Celtic Park. Evander Snow is on for Lee Naylor, but it's 0-0 at the moment. Let's go back to Billy and Paul.
Well, as much as Hearts got thumped here in August, Hearts have taken SPL points against Celtic at Celtic Park in each of the last 4 seasons. Hearts have won here only once in the League Cup. All 6 previous meetings have been in sectional play. Evander Snow introduced into the action. And it looks like, I think, Billy, Paul Hartley may have to slot in to the left back area.
Yeah, he's the most versatile, you know, going to right back, getting injured. You'll not want a repeat of that again today or tonight at left back also, but he's the most versatile. He can slip in there, no problem.
So Celtic get ready to get us underway. They've lost in 3 of the last 4 seasons in the quarter-final, all the way to the final in 2006, and beat them firmly. First major honour for Gordon Strachan. First time he got his hands on the trophy. 2 finals as a player, 2 unsuccessful finals. Second half underway. Tal with a push on Vinegar Hesselink on the ball. Donati to the new left fullback. Paul Hartley's played it right back, as Billy mentioned. At left back, I'm sure I have seen him play there for Hearts, albeit briefly. Angle ball through. Zelly just couldn't get there. Better could. Away from Brown. Salvez. So we're happy with the opening 45 minutes. They made their exit the last 2 years away from home without scoring a goal. Quarter-final stage. Kennedy forward, wins it. The driver. Celtic keep it in. McGiddy. Zaliukas on to McDonald. Brown's made a great run. It's fed to him. He had to check his stride. Plays it back. Scott McDonald. The feet of the goalkeeper save Hearts. Now Snow. Snow up against Gonsalves. Well, it was a good shot from one boot and a good save from another.
Yeah, McDonald starts it, he drives, he lays it behind Scott Brown, but he gives him it straight back. It's a great first touch and a great strike, but Basso's played his part tonight.
Well, Steve Banks may not be between the sticks, but he'll be happy that he's coaching Anthony Basso. Easily headed away by Bella. Palazuelos hooks it away. Elliott can't get there. McManus came for it. Kennedy behind him. Caldwell. Donati looking for Vinegar Esselin. Tauke won the ball. On to Michael Stewart. Palazuelos looks up. Just behind Kazanavicius. Field onto Stewart. Flicked back onto Zaliukas. Protecting the back four. Good touch from Vinegar Esselin. Celtic come again. Here's McGiddy. McGiddy striding forward. They take on Tal. Shimmies back in field. Just a little greedy that time without McGiddy. Stewart forward for Elliott. And tracking back across for Stephen McManus.
Yeah, sometimes just a little ball, sometimes just the easiest thing to do. But the way he's playing tonight, you expect him to take him on. But again, it's good defending.
For Robbie Nielsen, approaching 200 games for the Hearts first team. And Stewart is dispossessed. Kept in and played through. Vinegar Esselin was onside. Gonçalves steps in ahead of the Dutchman. Basso, that's straight to Brown, and Brown gives it away. Palazuelos. Zaliukas to Palazuelos. His experience in Spain and also Greece. Thessalonica, his last club. They're currently in the UEFA Cup. Elliott just taken there by Snow, according to Elliott, but the referee said no, wasn't interested. Callum Elliott slowly back to his feet. Celtic moving through Donati. Now Scott Brown, that pass had a bit more on it than Brown was expecting, but he lays it off. Better hooked it clear. Caldwell on the overlap for Celtic, now slightly out of position, but he might get another chance as Brown has the ball presented to him. Brown on the angle looking for Vinegar Esselin. Nielsen chasing after it. So to McGiddy. Well, the referee said McGiddy was more close to the player and the free kick awarded.
I think that's a little bit harsh. I think McGiddy gets a bit of the ball. Sliding in, two committed players going for it. Little touch, McGiddy comes off Nielsen. Really harsh for me.
Well, here was the opportunity. Brown played it across, brought it down, sat down, got the power on it. Gotta give the keeper credit.
Yeah, it's good interchange play by McDonald and Brown. And he takes a lovely touch and he gets a shot with Elliott. Great strike, great save.
Elliott almost rumbling Kennedy, the ball running across Boric. The man in yellow out from goal. Kept a clean sheet in the final against Dunfermline when he collected his winner's medal in this competition. Keeping Hearts at bay so far. Kisnavicius had little chance to get there. Caldwell wins it onto Brown. Now Snow. McDonald, great strength to hold up. Sends it out wide. Caldwell on the overlap. Brown inside the box. Comes off the back. And Gonçalves and Celtic pick up the first corner of the second half.
That's the full-backs getting into that area again, but Gonçalves, he's been different class all night, you know. You stop the cross at source and you don't score goals, and he gets out there, gets his body in front of the cross. That's the way to defend.
Stephen McManus, who memorably scored against AC Milan. Up until that point, his best goals had come against Hearts in the New Year match. Celtic won by 3-2. Ball up to the edge of the box. Vinegar Esselin flicks on. Hearts leading it all alone. And McManus and McDonald just cast a glance at each other.
He's had a couple of goals, McManus. Esselin does ever so well, wins the ball. McManus is the centre half up there. Again, no reaction from him. But he's getting into the positions. He's contributed a few goals this year, but he's certainly not a striker.
Gonçalves sits back. That's just far too high for Robbie Nielsen. Celtic looking to come forward. Rangers have scored again at Fir Park. Chris Boyd on target for Walter Smith's men. Motherwell 0, Rangers 2. Rangers and Aberdeen in good shape. Dundee United 2 leading at Tannadice. So 2 home sides ahead, 1 away side. 2 away sides through last season. And the 4 in the quarter-finals, Celtic stunned by Falkirk. We're going to move forward again. Very good. Esling takes up good position. Nielsen with a header away. Savicius leaves it. And he just lets the ball trundle to his feet. Optimistic long ball. Hartley infield. Elliott may get there. Does so. Plays it on to Stewart. Driver should go out wide. He does so. Now Stewart trying to move into the box. Driver waiting for support. Elliott remains down. And Driver just waited too long. Hartley moving it on to Donati. Donati being closed down. Well, the free kick will be given for the little touch from Michael Stewart. He lets Kenny Clark know he didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a foul. Little shove from the back, but no, it was a foul on Elliott also. But I think it was good advantage by the referee. Elliott nicks the ball. You see Donati catches him late there. But Hearts were on the attack and the ball eventually went to Driver, so it was good refereeing by Kenny Clark that time.
So a little bit of treatment for Callum Elliott. Marks on the bench this evening. They have Wallace, Mikalunas, Velicka and Jonsson. Interesting to see if Mikalunas came on, what sort of reception he would get. He's not played since that infamous afternoon at Hampden. Stevie Frail looks on.
He must be happy, Paul, Stevie Frail. You know, sometimes, not because I've created a lot tonight, but sometimes the endeavour and the work rate's not there from Hearts, but it certainly is tonight, and he should be happy with the way that his team have performed so far.
Henderson just a score and Callum Elliott off the field of play. Striking. Looks like he's not in his fair share of sweeties on Halloween. He doesn't look happy at all.
I don't know what Gordon Strachan's thinking. Looks a little bit frustrated there, just pulls that face of his and you don't know what's going through that mind. But you know, his team are still creating. They've played okay tonight. They've created a few chances, just not taking them.
Evander Snow. To Caldwell. Celtic again, built from the back. Callum Elliott has returned to the field of play. Numbers even once more. Scoreline even also. Driver. Forward on to Stewart. Well, it's tough for Paul Hartley. They're controlling that left back role. And the Driver's got a fair bit of pace. Callum Elliott too.
It's amazing over the years, isn't it? Attacking minded midfielder, getting in the box, getting goals. Central midfielder, sitting midfielder. Now he finds himself right and left back, going back the way all the time.
Can he play in goals, do you know?
Probably.
Salvez just caught by Vinegar Hesselink. Not from the defensive subtlety manual. Well, as time ticks away and goal becomes more and more crucial, Celtic send up their substitutes to warm up. Janishek and Killen. Elliott back into the action, ball bounces to number 11s. It's the one on the hook. Slick gets the ball back to Artur Boric. Both miss it. They're trying to go through. At first you don't succeed, but that foot was up. Said referee Kenny Clark, who's handled the match pretty well.
Yeah, for me, Scotland's best referee. A couple of little mistakes, but you expect that. And apart from that, really good.
Hartley in field. Mickey D has been a little bit more subdued at the start of the second half. Snow and McDonald work for 1-2. Snow driving through. Gonçalves closed him down. Navicius for Elliott. This was in solidly. Celtic moving forward. Brown, little flick. Gonçalves there. Vinegar Hesselink sends it out wide. McDonald across. Snow. On to Caldwell. Hearts have got back into position. Hartley wanted the run. Donati made it, opened up some space. McGeady. And a play from Celtic. McGeady driving through. What a tackle that was. Zaliukas, normally centre half, playing in centre midfield, trying to move away from Brown. Well, giving Zaliukas a wee tackling lesson as well. 2 great tackles in the match now. Zaliukas tries to go back after him, but Celtic ship the ball away. Here comes Brown. Tal across. Brown, that's a good ball in and slow. Well, the ball fell for Snow, but Snow was high.
Great play from Brown. Peels out onto the left, he just shifts it a yard, bends it in the middle there. Snow, central midfielder, getting forward. All he has to do is practically keep it down. He just can't do it and scoops over the bar.
Well, he was stretching everything. Evander Snow, not been his best competition. And along with Kenny Miller, he missed a penalty against Falkirk. And Celtic tumbled out this competition at this stage last season. Hearts 2 lost. They're looking for something. To a record away from home in quarter-finals. The ball came across. And solid defending from John Kennedy.
Great ball from Driver. Just in swinging. It comes, but his Hearts players there, and John Kennedy's got to deal with it, and he certainly does.
A fascinating contest. Approaching the hour mark. Robbie Nielsen comes into view. Long throw again. Celtic get away. Kennedy yells. He wants that ahead of McManus. And Salves sends the long header in. And it's back once more. Callum Elliott leaves it for Robbie Nielsen. And Nielsen will accept the throw. Down onto Elliott. Push ball into the box. Andy Driver's in there. Donati right with him. Maybe thumped clear by McManus. Talon Benninger or Hesselink. Back to his goalkeeper. Willis, second to it against Caldwell. Still feel the singing of the Hearts fans across our right hand side. It's almost a good ball in.
It's unlucky from Caldwell. A decent ball. He's finding himself more and more further up the pitch on that right hand side. Nearly picks out McDonald.
Benninger Hesselink just moving away from Tal, but the ball overhit again. I'm just wondering about Chris Killen for Benninger Hesselink. Would that be a potential change for Gordon Strachan at this stage?
Yeah, fresh legs. I think Benninger of Hesselink slightly off the pace tonight. Understandable, you've got to say, but you know, he's played his part, won a few headers, but it's getting on an hour now, and it's maybe time. Fresh legs and Killen on for the last half an hour.
Just glances off the head of Paul Hartley. The driver will leave it for Robbie Nielsen. So they've made one change, Hearts. The same 11 who started. Driver gets away from Hartley. Low ball into the box, turned away by McManus. Zaliukas gets in ahead of McDonald, breaks down for Elliott. They turn the shots. Just not enough hiding it from Callum Elliott, but he got it in quickly and moved it away.
Yeah, again, it's breaking out. Hearts are winning second ball. That's what you want from your striker. Chest and shot, but straight at Boric again.
Celtic moving quickly. Snow down onto McGeady. That's a decent ball. That's a great header from Berra. Celtic coming in again. Scott Brown it was for the second header, and Basso there. And Christoph Berra did so well.
It's McGeady again though. Takes Nielsen in the left hand side, hangs up a lovely ball, and if Berra doesn't deal with it, it's a certain goal. It's great defending. Knocks it out from under the crossbar.
A decent cup tie in our hands. No goals, unlike the other three matches. But Aberdeen, Dundee United and Rangers all ahead. Semi-final place still very much up for grabs here. Snow pushed it through. Palazuelos just taking out Scott Brown. Brown quickly trying to find McDonald, read by Tal. Nielsen onto Stewart, closed down by Donati, skipped away from him well. So considering a change. Salves back onto Basso. Kennedy was being fouled there by Elliott. Perhaps considering bringing on Jonsson, the Icelandic 19-year-old. Snow forward onto McDonald. Right onto Gary Caldwell. Celtic looking for an opening, but again forced back. Right onto Kennedy. Celtic slow in the build-up. There goes Donati looking for McGiddy. Outstretched leg of Robbie Nielsen. Danny Driver back to the fullback. Elliott battles with Hartley. Elliott agreed there that there was nobody inside him to try and pick up the ball, because even if he wasn't going to cleanly Billy, Paul Hartley didn't exactly send it particularly well. We'll get your thoughts as Donati comes forward. Tom pulled out the challenge. Well, the shot came in from Donati. Nielsen was taking a chance.
Yeah, just going back to that one, you know, Hearts were too busy frustrating Celtic defensively. As soon as the ball gets cleared, two up front, you know, that they can't get forward quick enough, and it just comes back to them. So that's why in that occasion Elliott was looking for people, but they're too busy back defending there.
Snavachu's taken down by Gary Caldwell. Hearts are going to make the change. Tricky this time, but no theatrics as he went down.
It's a straight foul, that's why. It doesn't have to be theatrical. When he does, it's a good foot movement, and then he draws a foul.
Well, he's looked pacey, and he looked like he can cause Celtic problems. He could yet prove to be a match winner for Hearts. Driver. Benner was looking for it. Benner got a Hesselink back. Snow, not quite sure. Zaliukas battles in front of him. Benner goes in. The man went down. The referee says it's offside. Kenny Clark didn't have a decision to make. Would have been interesting if he'd done.
Yeah, it's the easy way out. The old offside flag gets him out of trouble there, because he certainly would have had a decision. Looks as if Elliott was caught, but he was already offside, and I bet Kenny Clark's glad he didn't have to make that decision.
Well, let's see it again. Ball pushed away. Snow took forever. Zaliukas was coming in.
Comes back from an offside position. It's a good decision eventually, but it would have been interesting.
So Jonsson introduced into the action, and Zaliukas taken off. It's an offensive substitution, there's no doubt.
Yeah, but it looks as if he's going to sit there, Jonsson, and just try and sit in front of the Celtics two strikers and play from there and get himself forward also.
Well, forward threat from Zaliukas. Here comes Celtic. McGiddy closed down by Nielsen. And another corner. When he's been in the game, he has been electric, Ian McGiddy.
Yeah, listen to the boys at half time. They need to get the ball to him, keep giving him it. Don't starve him of service, just get the ball out to him and let him do his business.
Kennedy forward, so to McManus. Hartley delivers, the shouts of away, but Hearts can't find the ball. Eventually it falls. Stewart, well, said Jonsson to clear it. Whistled out of the ball. Caldwell to Kennedy. Stephen Frail just behind Paul Hartley, yelling on some instructions. Now is McGiddy again. Donati struck it out wide onto Gary Caldwell. Close down quickly. Doesn't have to get the ball onto Brown. That's a good pass into McDonald at the edge of the box. Lays it off to Brown again. Brown just behind Donati. Didn't fancy taking it round on his left foot. And now here comes Andy Driver. Gets it off Paul Hartley. He's got enough acceleration to try and get back, but he bundled over Paul Hartley, and the free kick awarded. Sadly, have lost just one goal in 90 minutes in the last 4 CIS matches. They lost the goal to Falkirk in extra time last season. Finished 0-0 in the quarter-final here. One apiece after 120 minutes. And then the penalty shootout. Stuart Hughes' side won. Celtic successful on penalty kicks this season against Spartak Moscow. What a night that was here. Celtic forward again. Elliott looks up. Manus won the header. Michael Stewart tumbled himself in the midfield, just tripped, and then was in the right place to receive the ball. Palazuelos shot onto Elliott. That lone striker role could be so frustrating. Snow took his eye off the ball. Gonsalves won the ball. They want to Stewart, turns, Driver's made a good run, could go inside Paul Hartley. Andy Driver goes in there, first time he had to hit it under pressure from McManus. Rather screws the ball wide.
And that's all from Snow's mistake to nick in. What a great ball in behind the full-back. Hartley there, no chance of keeping up with Driver. Pity again, falls to his wrong foot, tries to get a strike. He's got to go across the goalkeeper there. One thing he must do, try and make the goalkeeper make a save. He can palm out to an on-rushing striker. He doesn't do either.
Stevie Frail, as a former fullback, even fancied he'd taken the wrong option there. Andy Driver, all his goals have come in the SPL for Hearts. He's never scored in a cup competition. He had a great opportunity there to add to his tally of half a dozen goals. Nielsen pushing it through, Palazuelo. So Celtic looking to build again, scored in the last 5 matches at home against Hearts. That's drew a blank in April 2005. With 20 goals in 6 previous League Cup meetings here at Celtic Park. Hearts providing tough resistance so far. Palazuelos trying to close down. It's with Brown, kicks it out wide onto Caldwell. Caldwell back to Brown. I've got there ahead of Jonsson. Salves to the Icelander. Palazuelos onto Stewart. They closed down quickly by Donati. The referee not interested. Donati had nowhere to go. Now Donati coming forward, still going. Donati, good save from the goalkeeper. Donati at the heart of the action.
Yeah, it's good play from Donati, burst to life, picks up, goes past 2 players, a great strike, but throws himself to his left, Basso, and he holds on to it well also.
Inverness Cali Thistle have pulled a goal back, Graham Bain. Aberdeen still leading at Pittodrie, 3 goals to 1. Elsewhere, Rangers 2 up on Motherwell, and Dundee United through the early goal from Mo Hunt. Lead Hamilton at Tannadice. The only stalemate so far is here. Scott Brown trying to change that. Jonsson infield, Gary Caldwell. Snow. Well, referee allowed play to continue. Donati moving forward now. Donati out wide, Paul Hartley. Right foot crosses deep, there's 4 Hearts players there. Barrow's header picked up by Caldwell. Snow moves it forward onto Brown. Brown with a nice little shimmy onto Van der Snow. Can he be the hero? Well, he lifted his head, he lifted his shots.
He's got himself into great position again, but it's Brown. Great play, twists and turns, rolls a ball into Snow. He takes a lovely touch. All he's got to do is keep it down. He lifts his head, sitting midfielder, blasts it over. What a chance.
Tommy Burns impassive. Gordon Strachan a bit more animated. So the chances have come for Andy Driver and Van der Snow in the second half. None yet taken. Chris Killen preparing to come on. Driver beat to the ball by Paul Hartley. 19 minutes to go at Celtic Park in the CIS Insurance Cup quarter-final. The team's deadlocked. Bennett away. Turned by Kennedy. Out of play on the far side. Chris Killen just having a final drink before he comes on. And the change will be made. So Chris Killen introduced into the action. Jan Benigulla Hesselink out for 5. couldn't add to his 5 goals for the season.
He's worked hard tonight, done okay, maybe a half yard off the pace. As I said, won his headers. 70 odd minutes under his belt, killing on, fresh legs, see if he can get this win, Celtic.
Chris Killen has got a couple of goals in his time as a Hibs player against Hearts, but he was never on the winning side when he scored. Boric plays it away. Brown picks up, infield it goes, on to Snow, 2 players stumble, play on, says referee Kenny Clark. Hearts not emerge with the ball. There he comes McDonald, also scored against Hearts for Motherwell, never for Celtic. Tries to set up the opportunity, and the back post was Chris Killen, and Anthony Bassel was out there to meet the New Zealander.
Yeah, McDonald on the left hand side, peels off, drifts a lovely ball to the back post, and Killen looks as if he's on it, but again Bassel does enough.
Johnson in the midfield, Donati on the ground trying to get the ball back. Hearts are preparing a change. Stewart now steps up. That's a good ball. Palazuelos looks up. Elliott's made a decent run. Elliott trying to get away from Hartley. Paul Hartley, well, I think he knew what he had to do there. And Callum Elliott wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's all good foul one, just brings him down. He's in a promising position. Kind of cat, I don't like to see players booked, but being a little bit lenient. It was a decent position Hearts were in.
Well, what a cross that was from Scott McDonald. Good hand from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, people have questioned him so far since he's come to Scotland, but he's answering all the questions tonight. 3 or 4 vital saves.
Andreas Velička will replace Callum Elliott. Callum Elliott with 2 goals this season, both in the last round against Dunfermline, gives way to Andreas Velička. He's been out for the last 2. He's a strong, bustling striker. He immediately goes up to the edge of the box. Driver, left-footed, delivers deep. Ball headed behind. All the players claimed for it. It was clearly, from here, a corner.
Yeah, Caldwell matching the run with Berra. Eventually deals with it and just flicks it and goes for the corner.
Christoph Berra, the Hearts captain, and Michael Stewart goes out wide on that far side. Hearts first corner. A trio of players, Berra just behind. They make the runs. It's a towering kick deep. Berra can't get anywhere near it. Palazuelos onto Driver, lays it off well. Johnson tries to send it back onto Driver. And at least Driver forced the challenge to come across from Donati. That's all he could do. And Driver wanted to move quickly and did so. A little stumble there by Kuzanavicius. Interesting there, Robbie Nielsen had shouted to Andy Driver to wait. He wanted the long throw. Johnson concedes. Here comes McGiddy. Celtic have men out wide. It's Caldwell. Snow is on the overlap. Snow's had a couple of great chances. Can he be the provider? Sets back onto McGiddy. McGiddy puts it back onto Snow. It's onside. Snow onto Caldwell. Caldwell into the box. Better with a yell and a shout. Back to Paul Hartley. He was closed down. And good play. Velička comes back to help out. Trying to link forward. Again, Hearts couldn't make anything of it. Johnson, he's just going to try and shepherd that out of play. Couldn't do so, but the push came from McDonald to win the ball. Now, depending on what side of the fence you stand on, you either think the forwards at fault or the defenders at fault.
What do you think I'm going to say then?
Well, I don't like seeing defenders do that, I must admit.
It's a bump him. It's a harsh one on McDonald. I think he does bump him, but what you expected to do as a forward, just let him put his body in the road and bump you out the way. He's trying his best there to hook a foot round. He does that. Yeah, there's a little bit of connection, but it's coming from the Hearts player also.
Being honest, I'd prefer to see the laws changed to say that you cannot do that. You must make an effort to play the ball, just shielding it. Well, it's difficult, but it does frustrate. McGinney, Rob, the ball just coming off his heels as Hearts. Well, they've won once here in the League Cup in 1954. Andy Driver, a long way been out. Driver keeps going right on the line. Driver to Velička, 1-0! Andy Driver running down the line, and Andreas Velička lashes it into the net.
driver, simple as that. Doesn't give up, takes a lovely touch all the way down the line. I don't think it's out, it's right down the line. Great touch, drives into the box, and what a pick out pass that is. And Velička just on, you know he can finish, and he certainly delivers. What a goal from Hearts.
Well, the assistant on the near side is Keith Sorby, who is right by the action, and Andrius Velička, a simply sumptuous finish. Well, initially I did think that was out, that's how I called it, but Andy Driver cut the ball back, and this is the Hearts bench absolutely thrilled.
Certainly plays to the whistle, though he doesn't give up. You know, full ball's got to bout. It's not convincing me looking at the pictures again, but Driver certainly just carries on. Celtic players claiming for the throw in, he just drives in. He's still got a lot to do. He picks out a lovely pass, and Velička, he's got so much to do as well. Bodies in front of him, what a finish.
Celtic 0, Hearts 1. Celtic now have to find a way through. Hearts have been set up 4-5-1. They've set up to try and get the goal, and they may well be hard to score against. Boric forwards, killing up a little bit early. Gonçalves loses out to McDonald. McDonald lays the ball back onto Brown. Brown goes for the shot, deflected into the path of Snow. Great challenge by Tal. Celtic now through McGeady. He shapes to shoot. The goalkeeper was wrong-footed. Good initial save. Chris Killen goes across. Great action. Ball not out of play yet. There's an Avicius. That's a dreadful piece of football. Right back to Celtic. Donati onto Brown. Brown hooks it across. Killen waits for it off the back of Tal. And a corner kick.
Great response from Celtic. McGeady picks up the ball, unleashes a fantastic shot. His movement everywhere in it. Basso deals with it, palms out. No on-rushing Celtic player to finish it off.
Paul Hartley for Celtic. Over the cross, headed deep. Killen was looking for it, and just scooped away by Hearts. Zanavicius trying to take on Scott Brown. He's got the better of him too. Now if he can deliver it deep. Driver's made a great position. McGeady's back. Driver with a touch. He's got Velička behind him. That came off the hand of McGeady, but McGeady had his hands by his side. That may have saved him. McGeady forward. Absorbing cup tie now. Snow away from Johnson, who slipped rather. Johnson tries to go back, and he did take him. Got him the initial touch. Well, Hearts felt they could have had a penalty.
Certainly that's his hand, because Navicius sets it up. You know, it's not hand to ball, it's ball to hand, and he's too close to him there. He can't get his hand out the road. I've seen him give him, but it's not a penalty for me.
Hartley forwards, McGeady alongside him for the free kick. 10 minutes to go, Hearts have the lead. Andrius Velička, what an impact as a substitute. Hartley curls the ball in, the goalkeeper comes for it, he drops it, then the ball turned away by Tal. John Kennedy it was for Celtic. Now Chris Killen out wide from Scott Brown, back on to Scott Brown, allows the ball to run across because Levichus was there. Snow sent it wide, and it is going to be a goal kick. Well, you need a little bit of luck in quarter-finals.
Yeah, they're certainly having it, and Basso is too. You know, he's had some fantastic saves, but so sack the juggler one there, and it falls down. No Celtic player reacts, but they're certainly riding the luck also, and Celtic having no luck.
Let's have a look at this. I thought that was out, just to know more.
It's got to be full ball. It's not conclusive. I don't think full ball was out there.
Certainly not in the latter part.
Maybe earlier on, yeah.
Oh, something to talk about. Andy Driver, as Billy said, did what all good footballers do. You play to the whistle, you worry if there's going to be the referee blowing his whistle. If he doesn't, you keep going. McManus, Zanavicius, on to Michael Stewart. Stewart sends it back for Velička. Hardly on the field of play, and what an impact he's made on the match. Trying to drive through. The ball in. have won one of the 4 quarter-finals between these sides. Took a goal from John Robertson to do it in extra time. Celtic have won the other 3 and they won both semi-final meetings and a half a dozen meetings that they've had in the last 30 or so years. McGeady closed down. Brown managed to get the touch. Berra sweeps it away. Hartley met the ball for Brown. Well, the referee will give the free kick. Johnson just coming in across. Palazuelos engaging in unpolite conversation with Scott Brown.
Yeah, he's a winner, he's a terrier up there, and give Johnson a little bit what for, but it's been a good response from Celtic, you know, since the goal. It's kind of rocked him a little bit, but had a few chances since then. It's just not going their way so far.
Stephen McManus forward. Celtic are knowing what they have to do. They're known for leaving it late. Archwell just being pulled back. Snow over at Paul Hartley too. Snow will try and thunder this one in. And they tried it. And the howls of derision around Celtic Park.
It's not a great strike at this stage in the game. 83 minutes nearly. You know, he's 35 yards out and he hits a strike and drags it wide, but he's got himself into a few positions tonight. Evander Snow just couldn't finish him off, but when you do that and you miss a couple of chances, you make sure you deliver a decent free kick.
Scott Brown just pushing there. And Palazuelos, Hearts have taken it quickly. Johnson out wide. Kizlavicius going in, coming on the left foot. He's over against Gary Caldwell. Hearts will be happy to accept the throw. He has done a tower of work for Hearts this evening. And Salves. It's a decent throw on him as well. Played it on to Velička. Flat-footed, send the ball back out of play. Aberdeen have scored again. What a night it's been for Barry Nicholson. A hat-trick in the quarter-final of the CIS Insurance Cup at Pittodrie. Aberdeen leading by 4 goals to 1. Dundee United and Rangers also ahead in their respective matches. 2 away teams lead, 2 home teams lead. Celtic are battling furiously. What a difference even a few days can make. Hearts at Rugby Park are described in some quarters as inept. Tonight they've done just about everything right. Johnson infield. Palazuelos. Snevicius. Happy to let Gary Caldwell knock the ball out of play. Celtic fans can't quite believe what they're watching. Well, Hearts took a lead late into the match against Dunfermline at Tynecastle, and Dunfermline found an equaliser, forcing Hearts into extra time. The Paul will lead the charge. 5 minutes to play. Berra away from Killen. Kuzmavicius. Well, it's one thing to try and play the ball in the corners, but he's got to do more than that, Billy.
Yeah, he has, but you know, defended so well. He's tired. He just clears it and waits for the next Celtic attack. But the back four tonight have been outstanding. We said it before the match, and they certainly have been.
Here comes Evander Snow, he's going that way again. The Celtic fans not happy. Kuzmavicius taking on Brown, happy to lay it off. And that's a lovely pass. Lucas Stewart made himself available again. It's across to Velička. Velička taking on Kennedy. He goes for goal again! Well, if his first one was sumptuous, that is doubly sumptuous from Andrius Velička, and he fires Hearts into the semi-finals. And the crowd that have come through from Edinburgh, absolute joy.
It's just simply sublime. Kuzmavicius on the left-hand side switches it across. It's a great take by Velička. He moves out his feet, drags it to his right foot, and it absolutely explodes a shot right into the top corner. No chance for Artur Boruc.
Well, he's scored some great goals for Hearts in his time already, and Andrius Velička has 2 in this one. Out for the last 2, but he'd scored in his last 2 appearances. He nets a brace here. Celtic 0, Hearts 2, and it's all about Andrius Velička.
Yeah, it is. What a substitution that is. And, you know, Stephen Frail taking some of the blame the other day, but yeah, take some of the credit for that.
Well, there are fireworks going off outside Celtic Park, but tell you what, none of them will match the noise that Andrius Velička made when he thumped that home. And the Celtic fans, well, they've seen enough. The exits is where they're headed. On the anniversary of their first ever win in this competition, back in 1956 on this day, they beat Partick Thistle after a replay, but it's Hearts who are hoping to go back to the League Cup final for the first time since they played on this ground in 1996 when they lost to Rangers.
They've every right to be happy, those Hearts fans. You know, they've defended well, rode their luck a little bit, and certainly taking the chances when it comes away. It was an absolute rocket.
9 quarter-finals in the last 11 years. Hearts have been to the semis just 4 times, as Basso has to come out and deal with that. Thumps it long. Time now against Celtic. Not quite sure they've got the heart for it as well. Donati tries to push forward. Michael Stewart, who's been immense for Hearts tonight. Scott Brown onto McGeady. He was rather fizzled out. Can he find confident play? Velička just couldn't keep it in. Jonsson, he's worked hard in the midfield since he's come on. Will Celtic look back at potentially, Billy, the 2 chances for Evander Snow?
Yeah, and they had a few more also. You know, they had a few chances throughout the game. They didn't take them, and if you don't take your chances, you know what it's like. Sometimes it always comes back to haunt you. But inspired substitution by Stephen Frail. Velička comes on, fresh legs, and scores 2 of the best goals you'll ever see.
An absolute screamer into the top corner. He enjoyed it, he thought it was delicious. Hearts are going to make a change. And welcome back to the bad boy of Scottish football, according to a lot of football fans. Solis Mikalunas for Kizanevicius. And to be fair to Mikalunas, I think, draw a line under what's been done, let him get on with it now.
Yeah, move on, introduce him when obviously most of the crowd's away. Also make it easy for the lad, bring him back into the play.
Velička tries to flick it on for Mikalunas. McManus can't get there. He wanted to turn forward, has to use Boric. 2 players almost jumping in harmony there, Killen and Berra. Field to Snow. Snow to Donati. Tal was there. Celtic looking to build again. McManus, hopeful ball. Hearts have snuffed out the hopes of Celtic tonight. Well, it shows what a match and what a game it can be. Anatoly Korobochka looking on. He was the interim head coach when Hearts came here in April and won. He's now the actual head coach. Vladimir Romanov will be very, very pleased tonight. Celtic continue to try and throw everything they can at Hearts. Tal away. 3 additional minutes. McGeady played it infield. McDonald with a touch, staying on his feet, trying to get the ball back onto Donati. May break once more. That was a good touch for Hearts. Palazuelos coming back onto Stewart. Stewart onto Mikalunas. And neatly done from Hearts. Stewart plays the ball back infield. Jonsson, goalkeeper, not looking for it. He'll stay there. Tal plays it across. Could be an opportunity. Gary Caldwell sets his sights. Great hit from Gary Caldwell. Basso bumped to the ground. He managed to get the punch to get the ball clear. Kennedy into Snow. Snow onto Donati. Donati looking for the free kick. Kenny Clark has breezed through this match. Says up you get. Well, that was given away by Jonsson, but it was into the hand of Aidan McGeady. Frustration for the Irishman.
Yeah, it was. It's just not been Celtic's night. And going back there, great technique from Gary Caldwell. Finds himself right edge of the box and absolutely catch it brilliant. Lots to do there. Men in front of him, catch it well, and Basso again. Fine save, beats it away.
It's Hearts' 25th quarter-final away from home in this competition. They've won 9 of the previous 24. They're going to move into double figures, and it's a memorable one. Little over a minute to play. There's Killen. Moves the ball back. Analysis coming up from Pat Nevin and John Collins, and we'll run you through all the other matches as well. Reports to come. McGeady once more. McGeady on to Caldwell. Caldwell plays it through onto Brown. Driver was just trying to get in the road. Gonsalves there. Brown moves away. Ball breaks down to Mikalunas. And Art's just happy to thump it away. Kenny Clark looks at his watch. It's had over 30 seconds. Kennedy and Robbie Nielsen will happily shield that out of play. Well, Hearts came here, Billy, with a job to do. They set up 4-5-1. It's worked, as far as they're concerned, like a dream.
Yeah, they've played it to a T. You look at the endeavour first. You've got to have that first, the endeavour, the work rate, the commitment. They certainly had that. They don't have it all the time. They've got the 2 wide midfielders forward to join them in with a lone striker without creating a lot. But, you know, they've certainly played it well and won the game thoroughly.
The full-time whistle goes, and Andreas Velička joins John Robertson as a Hearts player who sent Celtic out in a quarter-final of the League Cup. John Robertson did it back in September '96. He scored at Tynecastle. 11 years later, Andreas Velička is the hero with a double coming off the bench. Kuzanevičius played his part. Michael Stewart ran the midfield. He desperately wants to go back to the final and play. Anthony Basso, well, some questioned him. He did a couple of very important saves. And on his 3rd appearance for Hearts, he shakes hands with Artur Boruc. They will exchange jerseys, I'm sure. Stephen McManus, who's enjoyed success in this competition previously, will not be lifting the trophy this season. But Michael Stewart leads the thanks of all the Hearts players to the Hearts fans who've made the trip through here. There'll be many more in Edinburgh celebrating tonight. It was all about Andreas Velička. It was all about Hearts. And Hearts can celebrate. They will take their place in the semi-final of the CIS Insurance Cup for 2007-2008. Stephen Frail, well, he was sent off at the weekend. He leaves the field of play in a much happier state of mind tonight. Celtic have left the field of play. It's all about the visitors tonight, not their hosts. Michael Stewart and co have done it. It's finished here at Celtic Park. Celtic 0, Hearts 2.